Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Eric from Tech. Nubia has released another gaming phone in the form of the RedMagic 6S Pro. The RedMagic 6S Pro is one of the most powerful gaming phones out on the market right now. But is it worth getting the phone if you already have the RedMagic 6 Pro or even the RedMagic 5G? So in this video, I'm going to be unboxing the phone and I'm going to be doing a review and whether you should spend your hard-earned money on the RedMagic 6S Pro. So what are we waiting for, guys? Let's get this unboxing going. Alright, so I've got my trusty pocket knife here. Let me just remove the plastic out of the box. So there's the RedMagic 6S Pro, and luckily guys, I've got the transparent edition. I've been trying to get my hands on the transparent edition of the RedMagic 6 Pro, but couldn't find it anywhere. Was lucky enough to get, oh, I didn't notice this was upside down, guys. And I was actually lucky enough to get the RedMagic 5G in the transparent edition. And this year, my luck is picking up. So let's go ahead and slide the box open. And there's the phone, guys. So it does look pretty similar to the RedMagic 5G where you can see the back of the phone. But let's set this aside for now and let's see what else is in the box. And I guess you noticed, guys, the RedMagic 6S Pro that I've got came in a regular rectangular box and not the big flat one that we're used to seeing on the RedMagic 6 Pro and even the RedMagic 5G. So I guess they've started using less materials and looking to be more eco-friendly like Apple and Samsung. So in this box, let's see, they've got a SIM ejector tool, some manuals, and this looks to be similar to the free case that came with the RedMagic 6 Pro, where there is a gap in the middle to allow the heat to dissipate from the back of your phone. I think this case will actually fit the RedMagic 6 Pro. Let me give it a try. Oh, that's a perfect fit, guys. So this is telling me that the RedMagic 6S Pro and the RedMagic 6 Pro has the exact same dimensions. So remember the protective case that I've got for the RedMagic 6 Pro? I'm definitely confident that this will also fit on the RedMagic 6S Pro. So let's remove the case again. So you've got the same red colored USB-C to USB-C cable. And in the case of the Tencent Edition or the Chinese version that I've got, this is rocking the 120 watts fast charging. It does say right there on the charger 120 watts. So you know that this is going to be charging extremely fast. And I guess that's it. So that's all there is in the box, guys. Let's put everything back. So I don't see a 3.5mm headphone jack adapter. So that's telling me that this phone should still have the headphone jack, and there it is, guys. So let's go ahead and remove the plastic from the phone. Wow, guys, I've always been a fan of the transparent edition of any phone, and the Nubia Red Magic 6S Pro is no exception. So you can see here you've got the 165Hz refresh rate, and written down there LPDDR5, 6400 Mbps, so that's the speed of your RAM. And looking at this one, so this is something new, guys. There is a new sliding trigger at the back, similar to what you've got on the Lenovo Legion Pro 2. So it does say this is a Snapdragon phone. This is the Snapdragon 888 Plus. And of course, you've got the fan there. And based on my experience with the RedMagic 5G, when the fan kicks in, you'll be able to see the fan spinning from this back cover. Now, comparing it with the RedMagic 5G, guys, only this part seems to be transparent, and you get the fan there, and this one extends all the way to the bottom. And it's a pretty cool touch, guys. So let me know in the comment section down below which transparent back looks better to you guys, the RedMagic 6S Pro or the RedMagic 5G. Now if you compare the transparent edition of the 6S Pro with the RedMagic 6 Pro, this actually looks like it's going to last longer because this has a metal back, this one has a glass back. So we all know that glass will break. If you drop it, it's going to break. This one, there is a low chance of it breaking because you've got aviation grade metal at the back. So let me turn on the phone real quick. Alright, so since this is the Tencent or the Chinese edition, you can only choose a couple of Chinese options. Oh, wow. And it seems that there are a lot more language options out of the box on the Tencent Games Edition. So So you've got French, Spanish, Portuguese. So that's good news for you guys importing this phone. So if you can't get your hands on the global edition, you can opt to get the Tencent Games Edition, and you should have a lot more language options to choose from. And one of the things why I actually prefer the Tencent Games Edition is because of the inclusion of the 120 watts insanely fast charging. On the Global Edition, you're only stuck with 66 watts. But to counter the slower charging speed, the Global Edition actually gives you a bigger battery with 5050 mAh, while on this one, this is just 4500 mAh, similar to the RedMagic 6 Pro. So let's go ahead and set up the phone. So similar to the RedMagic 5G and the RedMagic 6 Pro, this has an in-display fingerprint scanner. So let me just set up my first fingerprint here, guys. There are a couple of pre-installed themes over here, guys, but I'll opt to choose the default one. And by default, it starts out with gestures. We can change that at any time. And it actually looks a bit different compared to the home screen of the RedMagic 6 Pro. I kind of like it, guys. So in terms of what's the same with the RedMagic 6 Pro, it still has the same 6.8-inch AMOLED display with 165Hz refresh rate. And this is still an HDR10 Plus certified display, but what's new is that it has SGS certification for low blue light as well as low motion blur. So that's going to directly translate to less headaches while using the phone. And in terms of RAM and storage, the transparent edition that I've got has 12GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. Now, if you've noticed a trend, guys, most of the phones that I'm getting, I'm picking the sweet spot of 12GB and 256. Because right now I feel that 12GB of RAM is more than enough to handle any modern games out on the market right now. And that 256GB of storage should last you a while unless you're one of those people who likes taking pictures and never deleting them off the phone. So in terms of what else is different, the touch sampling rate on the display on the RedMagic 6 Pro is vastly improved over the RedMagic 6 Pro. The RedMagic 6 Pro has a 500Hz single touch sampling rate and 360Hz multi-touch sampling rate, while in the case of the RedMagic 6S Pro, it has a whopping 720Hz multi-touch sampling rate. So that's going to make touches on the screen register faster on whatever game or whatever app that you're using. And in terms of the shoulder trigger, guys, there is also a big improvement. The shoulder triggers on the RedMagic 6 Pro only has a 400Hz sampling rate, while in the case of the new and improved RedMagic 6S Pro, it has a 450Hz touch sampling rate and a whopping 8.3 millisecond of click response time. So one concern I've had going into this review is because the RedMagic 6S Pro now has a glass back, compared with the metal back that you've got on the RedMagic 6 Pro. I've been telling you guys on the channel that for maximum cooling, you should opt to get the RedMagic 6 Pro because it has a metal back. The regular RedMagic 6 has a glass back, and I guess that's the same case here on the RedMagic 6S Pro. So I'm looking forward to doing my usual throttling and performance test to see whether the glass back on this phone has an effect on the heat and performance. And take note, guys, this phone has a Snapdragon 888 Plus. The regular Snapdragon 888 runs hot enough, but the 888 Plus is clocked a lot higher, so that means it's going to run a lot hotter. So stay tuned for my next video, guys, and let's find out whether the fan on this thing and the cooling system on this thing can actually keep up with the heat generated by this powerful chipset. Now sticking to the cooling solution, the RedMagic 6S Pro uses what Nubia calls it ICE 7.0. It's actually a combination of composite graphene, aviation grade aluminum middle frame, so the aviation grade metal is now used on the frame. You've got a high speed fan, you've got a VC cooling plate, a superconducting copper foil, and a Canyon cooling duct. So it's pretty similar to the ICE 6.0 you've got on the RedMagic 6 Pro. The main difference here is that they've improved the design of the internal fan. So it uses a Canyon cooling duct. So what does that mean, guys? So it means that the fan system is capable of moving up to 30% of air volume across the back of the phone. It generates 35% more wind pressure. So what that basically means, guys, is that the new fan system is going to be able to move a lot of air and at a faster rate. While at the same time, Nubia is claiming that it has a 40% reduction in overall fan noise. In terms of the camera system, guys, it's exactly the same as the RedMagic 6 Pro. It has an 8 megapixel ultra wide, a 64 megapixel wide, and a 2 megapixel macro. So now let's check out the LED lights on the back. And the fastest way to do that is to actually turn on the Nubia Game Center. And there you go, guys. One of the features that I've been really looking forward to is the RGB lights on that internal fan. This is actually a first for Nubia. No other gaming phone has an internal fan, and no other gaming phone with an internal fan has a transparent back, and they've added RGB lights to it. And as most people say, put RGB on it and will instantly make it look like a gaming device. And I guess Nubia nailed it right there, guys. Now, of course, one of the concerns that the viewers have raised when trying to decide on whether to get a Tencent games or a Chinese version is the lack of Google Play Store out of the box. What you guys need to do is just open any browser and search for APK Mirror Play Store. Go ahead and download the universal one and go ahead and install. Okay, there you go, guys. Play Store installed on the Tencent or the Chinese version. Now, I know you guys are also wondering whether this will support HD playback. So let's download DRM info and let's see the wideband certification, whether this can run Netflix HD. So scrolling down, and good news, guys, this supports wideband security level L1. So that means you're going to be able to enjoy Netflix on Full HD. Now, as I mentioned earlier on the video, for the Tencent or the Chinese version, it has 4500 mAh battery and the faster 120 watts charging. Now, if you're going to get the global version of either the RedMagic 6S Pro or the RedMagic 6 Pro, it has the larger 5050 mAh battery, but it's actually limited to just the slower. If you think about it, guys, 66 watts of charging is not slow by any means, especially if you compare them with the charging system that you're going to be getting on your Samsung and your iPhones. Now, of course, one of the things I usually test on any phone unboxing is the speaker system. So let me just download YouTube real quick. Okay, so I've loaded up both of the NCS sound tests that I usually use. So let's start off with the RedMagic 6S Pro. Let's put the volume at max. Let's start it again, guys. The sound is pretty full and there is a bit of a hint of bass right there. So this is the RedMagic 6 Pro, maximum volume, and let's start the RedMagic 6 Pro test. Let me know which phone sounds better, but to be honest, guys, I think it's actually using the same speaker setup and the same components. So I guess I'll go ahead and end this quick unboxing and review video. It's too early to tell right now whether the RedMagic 6S Pro is actually better value for money compared to the RedMagic 6 Pro. Now, of course, if you already went ahead and bought a gaming phone launched this year like the RedMagic 6 Pro, the ROG Phone 5, the Black Shark 4 Pro, and even the Lenovo Legion Pro 2, I don't really see any reason for you to run out and get the RedMagic 6S Pro because it's only a very small performance difference because of that Snapdragon 888 Plus. But if you're upgrading from any phone launched last year, then this is a good option to buy. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on the next series of videos where I discuss the performance of the RedMagic 6S Pro and compare it with phones like the RedMagic 6 Pro, the RedMagic 6R, and of course I'm going to be doing my usual Antutu benchmark test to see how much of an improvement the Snapdragon 888 Plus has on the performance of the phone. So I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below if you want me to include any other test on my comparison videos. But until then, a sub would be massively appreciated. Please like and subscribe, hit that bell icon notification, and see you all in my next one.